Always knew that flowing hair, but I haven't seen it. So, Josh, wait, it's not Muhammad. Oh yeah, it's Radin. Yes. Can I spin him? That was Muhammad. Look at it on the other helmet. Let's do it. Why is he up there, not Muhammad? Yeah.
This is a live look at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis. It's week 11 of this college football season, and our coverage on EA Sports continues. It's the Tulane Green Wave and the Navy Midshipmen. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Checking in with the Navy head coach before the game. They understand what is at stake today. Their wide receiver, who has had one of the most productive seasons in school history, can go to #1 in the record books with receiving yards today. They think he can get that record. The quarterback wants to get him the ball. They have had such good chemistry all season. And as they're getting ready to take the field, I can see guys patting him on the back. They know the opportunity is his here today. I'll keep you posted on how that feels here on the sidelines. Guys?
Navy ready for kickoff
Oh,
as we get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5.
Get him, Golden Hair.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. So the Tulane Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. And here comes the maestro of this offense. He's coming off a tough day in which he threw a couple of interceptions and only 1 touchdown pass. Quick give. It's Davis. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that. Diamonds in the rough, but it looks as if they won this battle with a commitment from a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program. He's going to get a lot of chances to make plays early. With his talent, expect him to start right away. And if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to be trying to find ways to get this 3-star the ball.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down.
Ooh.
Hauls it in. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. 3rd and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it loose. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. So Navy's offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. This coaching staff, really this entire offense, licking their chops to try to take advantage of this matchup. They'll move the tight end. Hand it to the back. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you, but let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages, and today it's about as big as it gets.
Right side, it's Clayton. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Right back to the well. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And if anything, this offense has proven one thing, man. They're stubborn. Like, they're going to continue to run the football. That's who they are. That's the identity. They haven't showed great numbers, and they haven't done an elite job, but sticking with it, make this defense play honest. Now here in a 3rd and short situation, will they do it again? They'll still have 4th down afterwards, but they're being pretty stubborn with the run game.
Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Looking for running room. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on a linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Rush right in his face. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. They're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Touchdown, midshipman. Put 6 on the board. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Straight ahead, it's Davis. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The throw on 2nd down, and they need a lot. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Tackle was made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the first down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Out wide right, it's Bell. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Oh, better, sir.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure. He knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field, for a first down. Well done.
And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've got a first down here to open the period. They'll throw it from the red zone. Going for 6. Touchdown, Navy! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Tulane offense takes the field to open the drive. Play action on first down. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Tulane comes to the line, lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide left, it's Johnson. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Not a lot of room to field this one. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Navy will go back on the attack. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Drops back on first down. They're all over him. Got his man on the right. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. From the gun, running back on the move.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to pass on second down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle.
Picking up the first down. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of...
Intercepted deep in his own end. They'll stop him at the 22-yard line as the defense makes a play. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Tulane right back to the line.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Second down, going to throw it. Pulls it in. Got him right there.
And listen, the fullback's not going to run deep routes, and he's not going to be a speedster or blazer, but keeping you honest, making you defend the whole field, everybody on the field. Just keep working it. Maybe the big fella will get you something later.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Just
Well, you
stood there.
haven't seen a lot of incompletions
wide
from
open
this
and
guy
just
now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Hits inside. It's Davis.
No.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
There he goes.
What's
Lowers
happening?
that shoulder, delivers the blow. He goes
They
out
don't
of
even have
bounds
control of
right
these
at
players.
the
They're just,
10-yard
getting
line, and
stuck
the offense
for
can
juice.
smell the touchdown from here. Snap on first down, wants to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Quarterback just has to do a much better job throwing that football late in that type of situation and goal to go. You cannot go backwards, so you need to know if your guy's not open, this is going to be an incompletion. I'm throwing this thing into the 4th row of the stands.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It's good. Easy call for the refs. Now the lead is down to 11.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Brings a return out across the 25. Gets a couple of extra yards. He stopped at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Snaps it. They'll throw to start the drive. The throw. Firing to the right, complete. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Wants to throw one first. Gets rid of it. Quickly out to the tight end. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Unloads it left. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
First play of this drive. Oh, pressure's coming. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man. It's Davis. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking downfield very late in the half. Right side, it's Davis. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fresh set of downs going up top. Rush is on. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. One more snap coming before halftime. Drops back on first down. Going to take a shot.
Ooh. Good throw.
It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We begin with the Michigan State Spartans taking on the number 7 team, the Michigan Wolverines. And it's Michigan State coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet. But brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. Now back to your game in Annapolis. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. On the run from inside his own 5.
Let's take this back.
Makes a move. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring.
Yep.
Ollie, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
I caught up with Navy's head coach coming out of the locker room. He talked to his team in the locker room about their energy level. He said this game is close, but everything of our season is on the line. He's trying to get them fired up, getting them on the field, ready to go here to start the third. More energy, more enthusiasm. They've got to have it here late in the season to keep their playoff dreams alive.
Appreciate that, Holly. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. Navy lifts anchor in the red zone. Looking for a crease to the left. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Quick give. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Drives inside. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Keeps it on the option. He's got enough. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. From the gun. Unloads to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
And back to the air on second down. Lucky to get it off.
And what a drive this has been so far by the defense. Of course, they're in their own end of the field. They're sort of in that fringe area, and they forced 2 straight incompletions. If they could force another one right here, it'd make it really tough on their opponent to kick a field goal.
And, guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. He's looking to pass. Back's got it on the screen. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. That one was leaking and losing altitude fast, but it made it home. And that lead grows even bigger.
Well, sudden change situation. You got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown. They forced their opponent to take a field goal. Nice job.
Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Hey guys, here on the Green Wave sideline, I can see the coaches imploring their team right now. This has to be a turning point. Turning it over on that last drive, it could get out of hand if they don't make something happen right now. You see the coaches and players coming together to try to get that momentum back. I'll keep you posted on if that swings here in their favor. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. He's got it.
So far off.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a 1st down at the 38.
So far off.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Davis. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Burrowing for yardage. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they need...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Snapped it, and he has to have it. On the move. He'll pull it down and run. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Takes off. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Driving forward, it's Davis. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Keep it on the ground. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires on the move. Soft spot in the middle. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25.
Like, I threw it under, so he came up on it. Oh gosh, he comes way up. I should have just ran forward.
In the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Pulls it. He'll toss it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. Quarterback keep. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack, and it'll be 4th down.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. 4th down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
Holly, what update do you have for us?
Hey guys, checking in from the midshipman sideline. I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys?
All right, Holly. Give to the running back. Enough to move the chains. He'll be stopped at the 15. It'll be a 1st down, and his defense misses an opportunity to keep them backed up close to the goal line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Fires to the right. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And they'll down this just inside the 35-yard line. The Green Wave offense makes its way onto the field. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. Tulane right back to the line.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back.
Oh, a lot of space. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. 1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. He wants to throw it. Extending the play. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Just 3 points on 3 previous red zone trips. The idea is to punch it in this time. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit.
And the ball comes out close to the goal line. And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession. DB's right up on the receivers. Touchdown, Green Wave. Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
And And this offense comes through, and they needed to. They need to chip into this lead because being down a couple possessions, they needed to score a touchdown right there. Palmer, he comes through, he delivers. More work to be done, though.
You just got to have it, right? Now, if you're the offense, you're celebrating that touchdown. That was a huge play and a critical fourth down. But you're right. There's still work to be done. You've got to get back on the sideline. You've got to rally the guys and have a plan for the next time you come on the field to try and win this game.
Midshipman will get things going here on offense. The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock. They make the stop for no gain, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. So the defense trying to maximize their clock management. They use the timeout here, and the 2-minute stoppage is coming.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this fourth quarter.
Handoff again. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. They'll run it. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down. No wasted time as the defense uses a timeout here. 1:54 left to play. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Fields the punt. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. This offense has it with really good field position. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Out wide right, it's Johnson. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And this offense has got to pick their spots, right? Like, you got to use the sideline if you can, get the big plays and get the first downs. Be very smart.
Snags it, and he's open. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Lost to throw again. Left side, it's Davis. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some. But
got it. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. The defense making the play to drive in the dagger with that fumble recovery, and they should be able to run out the clock.
Good teams find ways to win, and bad teams find ways to lose. And that's an example of that right there. You need a touchdown to tie or take the lead here in the second half. You got a golden opportunity down in the red zone. You just can't put it on the ground.
Nasty. Victory formation.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you'll perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive.
What a fucking hit. for CFP. Okay. Okay. No. This one's interesting. Purdue. He's got number 18 Nebraska up again. Bye. Alright, let's get our practices. Yes, I do. Singing Muhammad. We're still 15. See ya. Oh. This guy's got a sign. Oh. Hopefully it's like that. Four-star wide receiver and running back. Three-star wide receiver, 6'1". And speed stat. What's his speed? 94. On the field, be up there. So let's see. Missouri State, look at that. Boston College. Get the fuck out of here. Is that the ACC school right there? You should put me in instead of that one. No fucking way. That'd be so much better if I was in that one. It's gonna be BYU for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Charlotte, 11-1. That should get us in. See, JoJo's there. Nope. Alright. I don't know. Peace, everybody. Thanks for watching.